Thank you very much. Allow me to be giving you the benefit of acknowledging some of our participants, because this is the first time that I have met them also. Kailangan maging familiar din sa akin, no? Of course, we have the presence of our 8th IB Commanding General, Major General Get Villarmino, Chief Superintendent Sayat Dolina of the Regional Command of the Philippine National Police, the Head of the Secretariat, Director Pedro A. Noval, Jr. of the DIUG Region 8, the Area Manager of the OPA, Imelda Bonifacio, of course, siya pong nag-volunteer mag-host para sa RPOC meeting today. We would like to welcome and give due recognition to our beautiful Governor of the province of Samar, Governor Shari Antan. Thank you, Governor, for hosting this meeting. Brigade commanders who are present today. We have here Colonel Seronay of the 803rd, Colonel Aquino of the 801st. Maraming nagtatanong kung magkamag-anak kami ni Colonel Aquino dahil pareho raw kaming gwapo. We have also here the presence, I think Honorable Ronaldo is not around, but he is represented by walang nakalagay dito kung sino ang nag-represent kay Governor Ricard, no? The Governor of the Eastern Samar, Honorable Conrado Ricard Jr., Honorable Leopoldo Dominico Pitilla, Governor of Leyte, Honorable Jose Ong Jr., Governor of Northern Samar, Honorable Roger Mercado, for his representative, Governor of Southern Leyte, Honorable Gerardo Espina Jr., for his representative, Governor, Province of Biliran, the Honorable Mayor of Tacloban, Honorable Alfredo Romualdez, Honorable Rodolfo Espina Sr., President of League of Municipalities, Biliran, Honorable Emiliana William Carrillo, the President of LNP, Eastern Samar, Honorable Titin Saludaga, the President, LNP, Northern Samar, Honorable Percival Ortillo, Jr., President, LNP, Samar. Of course, yung nagbigay sa akin ng panumpa, former members of the Council, former member of the Sangguniang Bayan, Panlalawigan, now the presiding judge, Noel Salmense, Erwin Maraya, the OIC Regional State Prosecutor, Samuel Yang, Regional Director, NTC Region 8, Blanche Gubenchong, Regional Director, OCD Region 8, General Fel Abilio, Regional Director, DFA, Bernadette San Juan, Regional Director, Department of Agrarian, Roland Rodriguez, Regional Director, NICA 8, Evelyn Clarin, Regional Field Officer, PMS, Lorifel Gabales, Regional Director, Piglia Region 8, Leonardo Salibaga, Regional Executive Director, DNR Region 8, Edgar Katarungan, represented by Glenn Mangkol, Regional Director of LPO Region 8, Cynthia Neras, Regional Director, DTI, Dr. Luisa Bautista Yu, Regional Director of DepEd, Jose Aquino Jr., Regional Director of UH, Rolando Aces, Regional Director of DPWH, Attorney Sheila Enciso, Regional Director DAR Region 8, Attorney Romulo Manasal, Regional Director NBI, Nestor B. Ramos, Regional Director DSWD Region 8, Alicia Nicard, Regional Director PIA Region 8. Of course, we have also here the presence of the 157 barangay captains of the City of Calbayog. Palakpakan po natin ang mga barangay officials. And the last but not the least, the members of the Sangguniang Palunsod, headed by Honorable Diego Rivera. My fellow Calbayognans, members of the media present today, my fellow Calbayognans. Mabay nga aga sa ating itanan. Welcome and thank you for making it to this long overdue meeting of the Council. Although I have been appointed towards the last quarter of last year, I could not easily assume my responsibilities due to several constraints that came along the way. Among these constraints were the documents related to my appointment. Then, there were the natural calamities that caught us towards the last quarter of last year, and finally, the visit of our Holy Father drew us out of our routine to provide him a well-deserved accommodation. This, coupled with the problems of the availability of the members, contributed a lot to the delay of this meeting. Of course, this is not an apology. Well-known personalities in public speaking advised that apology has no place at the beginning of any representation. I simply wanted to inform you of what happened. Be that as it may, since this is our first meeting, permit me to share some thoughts which I believe should serve as organizing frame along our efforts towards establishing a sustainable peace and order in the region. We have been struggling for peace the last 40 years or so, but peace still remains elusive to us. All these years, we have been engulfed with fear due to interests that are largely characterized by a consumerist or materialist culture, where resources are kept secure for a few, rather than a culture of development for the constituency. We have developed a culture of fear and dependency, rather than a culture of self-determination that should characterize every individual and community. On that score, we cannot remain complacent. Precisely, this council had been mandated to take the lead in searching for rational responses to the concern of peace and order. Peace and order and good governance appear to be our masterpiece or mouthpiece, and in practice, this should map out for us clearly articulated policies and values of interest to common welfare, rather than securing individual sustainable lifetime positions or convenience. Section 3, Executive Order 773, Series of 2009, which organizes further the Peace and Order Councils, provide for a forum dialogue and deliberations of major issues and problems affecting peace and order. Impliedly, we should not just look at the peace and order in terms of external destructive mechanisms that undermine human rights. Rather, we should look at this simply as symptoms of a deeper problem that challenge those who are in position of authority, both from the public and private sectors. Today, we shall be briefed on the insurgency situation, the regional crime situation, and on illegal drug situation. All these threatening situations have been hovering on us for years, which you and I know have been destructive to lives and properties, causing a lot of anxieties and ill effect to our economic and social life. On the other hand, we shall also be briefed on the Pamana program, a strategy which the administration is pursuing to combat perceived issues contributory to the character of peace and order situation not only in our region but also in other parts of the country. May I invite everyone to seriously take note of these informations so that together we can figure out possible solutions or responses to eventually lessen, if not eliminate, the tentacles of destruction brought about by a precarious peace and order situation here in the region. As we keep on building up our forces in order to establish a much desired peace and order situation, I would like to raise 4 questions to characterize what I verbalized earlier as our organizing frame. Number 1, what values of interest should our policy for peace and order serve? Second, what challenges must this policy of peace and order address? Third, how can these policies meet the challenges? And number 4, how does every local government unit coordinate, implement across the provincial, city, municipal institutions, the civil society, and the private sector? Firstly, on value of interest, we should be guided by our human rights principles and the life-sustaining provisions enshrined in our books of statutes. There's nothing wrong with these values except that they don't mean very much unless we specify the institutional prerequisite, which is good governance. Human rights cannot be promoted from the outside. They must be anchored from the descent institution in every local government unit. We cannot simply be rhetoric on this. We should articulate human rights concretely for those in authority who owe their positions of prominence to the constituents. Our commitment to the human rights should neither be abstract nor optional. It should define our regional interests. Secondly, what challenges must this policy of peace and order address? As a region, we should only have one interest: our relationship with one another. The achievement of our vision as a region will depend greatly on the vitality of our relationship with one another. Getting it right is more than just making nice voices, but the tone is not enough. We should focus on the substance. The substance is to focus on the needs of the respective local government units while maintaining harmonious cooperation and coordination with one another on matter of interest. We should be guided by high degree of professionalism by accepting what we are and respecting our differences. And thirdly, how can these policies meet the challenges? We should be guided by the principle of localization as enshrined in Republic Act 7160, the Local Government Code of 1991. Our internal or local capability should allow us to secure and protect our respective constituents in alliance with one another while maintaining our separate identities. A helping hand from friends is always a welcome gesture, but this should not end up with arrogating the rights and benefits that should accrue to the other. And fourthly, how should every local government unit coordinate implementation across provincial, city, municipal institution, the civil society, and the private sector? And this is anchored on the basic tenets of democracy, which is the rule of law. Otherwise, it becomes a tyranny of the majority. Should anyone assume the responsibility to intervene, it should be tempered by the standard of localization, consistent with the big brother or big sister principle. Otherwise, it may be construed as an encroachment into the prerogative of the others. It must be remembered and understood that all cases of institutional failure have always been accompanied by violence or the power to arrogate. Finally, as a strategy to accomplish this organizing frame, may I invite everyone to develop, number one, a prevention capability. This means in strengthening the rule of law, improve police interventions, conciliating conflict, and creating political dialogues. Number two, an intervention capability. Let us involve not just peacekeeping such as the police and the military, but also civilian police, administrators, and humanitarian experts. And number three, a reconstruction capability. This, of course, will require assistance from more organized institutions. What is important here is less talk, more action. I don't claim to be an expert in peacekeeping, neither I prepare for one. I only have a simple mind and a simple taste, but I do believe that for Region 8 to meet these vital interests, peace and order are ingredients that should be promoted, and everyone should be actively involved in it. If we love our place, we have every good reason to help one another, create a socio-cultural, socio-political, and economic situation to the maximum benefits of our constituents. Let us assume that unique capability and turn the challenges to peace and order in the region and opportunity. Again, welcome everyone, and thank you.